you think of something like some of the biggest tracks in the world, like Ed Sheeran's "Shape of You." That was huge, like it's just huge, right? And it's interesting to think about like a typical song. Like you look at that and you compare like Taylor Swift's like "Love Story," right? Like a classic Taylor Swift track, right? They're very, very different. One is super specific. One is like, telling her exact story. Like one is like you feel like she's pouring her heart out, and another's like, hey, I met this girl at a club, and became friends, or we started dating, kind of thing, And it's interesting that like that simple thought can become a
Yeah.
global phenomenon.
Yeah, it is interesting. Like I've thought about this a lot because at first when Kara like told me that or taught us that, it was like everything has to be authentic. I start to think of songs like that, Ed Sheeran's "Shape of You," and I'm like, is that authentic? It's not like deep. But the thing is, it's still real. It's just like I'm in love with the shape of you. Anybody has thought that on this earth, And when he's like writing that, I guarantee he's thinking about somebody, and it's a real emotion. It's real experience. It doesn't have to be like the deepest thing in the world. It's like, I don't know, like a club song. Why does like a club song resonate with the world? And it's like something about that was like a feeling or like something real. And I mean, that's like not the most like, there are songs which poke holes in that.
Sure, and even in the last conversation we were having, there are exceptions to that. Like he was like, who let the dogs out, or like, the Macarena. Like those songs are exceptions that just become these like like they become anthems, but like for no really good reason, kind of thing. And those are the exceptions. But for the majority of the 99 other songs for every 100,
Yeah.
it's this authentic.
It is
Yeah,
interesting
it's
'cause
very
it's like
interesting.
more, I mean, that's like more into like the songwriting philosophy, but I've thought
Sure.
about this a lot recently because like I have songs that I love. I've been analyzing this a lot recently, like "Good Life" by One Republic. This could really be the good life, good life. Oh, song doesn't like, and you listen to the lyrics, song doesn't like lyrically mean anything. And as the songwriter I currently am, it would be very hard for me to write that song because I would be like in the session and I would be like, what does this mean?
Mm.
So I'm like trying to push myself. I'm like, why does that song hit me? And it can be anything. It can be like, people listen to music to feel things. They watch art to feel things. They look at things. And it's like maybe you just have to be very flexible with yourself and know what you like because maybe it's the drums, and the drums like make you go like, yeah, I love this tempo. I want to dance. Bam. That's like a song. That's a real emotion. That's a feeling. Maybe it's the melody. It just like anything that makes you feel something.
Yeah, it's super interesting, man. You ever hear the song by the Blues Travelers called "The Hook"?
No.
Oh, dude, you gotta check it out. It's what I'm sure you probably heard it. It's just like one of those tracks that like you've probably heard somewhere at some point, and it's fascinating because he talks about in the song. One, a relatively popular song, and two, a very catchy song, and like people like love listening to it. You like hear it at like all these bars and stuff, people covering and stuff. But it's literally about the lyrics of the song say, "I could write anything in this hook, and as long as there's a good melody, you would sing along." And that's the concept of the song. And he's like singing about literally nothing. And it's like, and even that to some degree, it's like, man, here we have trying to pour our heart out in some things, and then this guy's writing about literally nothing. And it's just songwriting is such an interesting thing, man.